We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins you might stumble upon, the 1976 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. And believe it or not, some of these pennies have been valued at over $1 million. That's right, $1.3 million to be exact. So, if you or someone you know has old coins lying around, this video is a must-watch. First, let's talk about what makes this particular penny so special. The 1976 penny features the iconic Abraham Lincoln on the front, the face that's been on the US 1-cent coin since 1909. What sets the 1976 D Mint Mark penny apart is its rarity, condition, and a fascinating story behind its production. You see, most 1976 pennies were minted in huge quantities, but a small batch of these pennies were made with a different process or mistake that has turned them into prized collectibles today. And collectors pay big bucks for such unique coins. The D Mint Mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's key production facilities. Coins minted here often have subtle differences that can drastically affect their value. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The rare 1976 D penny we're talking about is not your everyday coin. It's a proof or high-quality uncirculated coin, meaning it was specially made with extra care and precision. Some of these coins have what experts call die errors or double die features, where the coin's design is slightly doubled or distorted due to a minting error. Such minting errors are like nature's own limited edition stamp. They happen when the coin dies. The metal stamps used to imprint the coin are misaligned during production. This leads to doubled images on the coin, making it rare and highly collectible. So, how does a penny from 1976 end up worth $1.3 million? Well, it boils down to three things: rarity, condition, and collector demand. Rarity means how many of these coins exist in the world. The 1976 D penny with certain errors or pristine proof quality is extremely rare. Condition means the coin looks almost brand new with no scratches, wear, or discoloration. And collector demand means how much people are willing to pay to add this gem to their collection. In fact, at recent auctions, some of these pennies have sold for more than $1 million. And as more people discover these treasures, their value continues to climb. It's truly a golden opportunity for anyone who might be holding onto old coins without realizing their worth. Now, you might be wondering, how do you find out if your 1976 penny is worth this much? Here are some tips. It's a small letter D just below the date on the front of the coin, like doubling in the numbers or letters, especially around the date and mint mark. Use a magnifying glass for this. The better it looks, the higher the value. If your coin is shiny, without scratches, that's a great sign. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin's condition and authenticity. Remember, even if your penny isn't the million-dollar superstar, many old coins can still be worth a good deal, sometimes hundreds or thousands of dollars. So don't just toss them aside. Abraham Lincoln's portrait was introduced on the penny in 1909 to honor his 100th birthday. It was the first time a U.S. president appeared on a circulating coin, making it an instantly iconic and beloved design. If you have old coins at home, especially from the 1970s, take a moment to inspect them. You might be sitting on a fortune. So, what should you do if you think you've got a valuable 1976 D penny or any other rare coin? Here's a quick checklist. Handle your coins carefully, don't clean or polish them, as that can reduce their value. Take high-quality photos or scans. Contact a reputable coin dealer or appraiser. Consider professional grading for the highest possible sale price. And finally, if you sell, make sure you get multiple offers to maximize your earnings. We're diving into a fascinating story about the 1979 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has shocked collectors by being worth an unbelievable $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million for a simple penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just cleaning out an old coin jar, stick around, because this could be the most valuable penny you never knew you had. Show images of Lincoln pennies over the years, historical footage or animation first. Let's talk about the history behind this coin. The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny was first introduced in 1909 marking the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Since then, it's been one of the most common coins in the United States. But the 1979 penny? It seems ordinary until you learn about the no-mint mark mystery. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia in 1979 had no mint mark, which was standard practice. But the pennies made in Denver carry a small D mint mark, and those from San Francisco have an S. Now here's where it gets interesting. Cut to graphic showing 1979 penny with and without mint mark. Collectors found a few rare pennies from 1979 without any mint mark, but with an incredibly rare error or special characteristic that makes them one of the most sought-after coins in the modern era. Show images/close-ups of the actual 1979 no mint mark penny. So, what's so special about the 1979 no mint mark penny? These pennies were supposed to be minted only in Philadelphia, which always used no mint mark until 1980. However, some collectors discovered that certain no mint mark pennies were actually minted elsewhere or have unique anomalies, like double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting errors. One such penny has been verified and authenticated by top grading companies as a genuine no mint mark 1979 penny with a rare minting error, which has sent its value skyrocketing to $1.5 million in recent auctions. Cut to clips of auction houses. Coin experts. Now, why does this matter? Because in the coin world, rarity and error combine to create incredible value. It's a perfect storm, and collectors are willing to pay millions to own this piece of history. Show close-ups of the coin, highlighting details if you have old pennies lying around. Here's what to look for to see if you might have this rare coin. Check the date. It has to be 1979. Look for the mint mark, or more importantly, the lack of one. Examine the coin for unusual mint errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual color variations. Look closely at Lincoln's profile. Sometimes errors show distortions here. Use a magnifying glass or even take high-res photos to compare with verified images online. Keep in mind, not every 1979 penny without a mint mark is worth a fortune. The key is those rare errors that set it apart. And remember, professional authentication is essential before you consider selling. Show footage of professional coin grading companies, people sending coins for grading. If you suspect you have this valuable penny, the next step is authentication. Companies like PCGS and NGC specialize in grading and authenticating coins. They can verify if your penny is the genuine rare variety and give you a professional grade. This certification not only proves authenticity but also helps maximize your coin's selling price. Remember, buyers pay top dollar when they know the coin is genuine and in good condition. Cut to tips for selling. When it comes to selling, you have several options. Auction houses specializing in rare coins. Reputable coin dealers who deal in high-value collectibles. Online marketplaces, but only after authentication. Always research buyers carefully. The last thing you want is to be taken advantage of because of your coin's rare status. Host back on screen holding the coin. So, could your dusty jar of pennies hold a 1979 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth $1.5 million? It's rare, yes, but that's exactly what makes this story exciting. Many people have discovered hidden treasures in coins they thought were worthless. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to your channel name for more coin collecting secrets and tips on how to find real money in your change. Got questions or want me to take a look at your coin? Drop a comment below or send me a picture. I'd love to help you discover if you're sitting on a fortune. Closing with upbeat music. We're diving into an extraordinary coin that's been quietly sitting in people's collections for decades. The 1971 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. And get this, some of these pennies are worth up to $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, usually worth just 1 cent, can be worth over $1 million if it's this particular coin. But why is this penny so valuable? And how do you know if yours could be worth that kind of money? Let's find out. First, a quick history lesson. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coins in American history. The 1971 penny looks like many others. Copper-plated zinc, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But the 1971 penny we're talking about is different. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia in 1971 don't have a mint mark at all. That's normal. However, the no mint mark version we're focusing on today is rare because it has a unique error or variation that makes it incredibly valuable. So, what's the deal with this penny? Why is it worth so much? Well, the secret lies in a minting error called the double die obverse, or DDO. A double die means that the coin was struck twice by the minting press, causing the letters and numbers, like Liberty or In God We Trust, to appear doubled. This mistake is extremely rare, especially on the 1971 no-mint mark pennies. Collectors prize these errors because they're unintentional and hard to find. Another important aspect is the coin's condition. To be worth big money, we're talking over $1 million. The coin has to be in mint condition, meaning no scratches, no wear, sharp details, and full luster. Even slight damage can dramatically reduce its value. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my penny is the rare double die 1971 without a mint mark? Let's go through some simple steps. Check the front. The date should say 1971, with no mint mark below the date. Look closely at Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. If the letters or numbers look doubled or blurry, that's a red flag, but a good one. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin. The doubling will be more obvious under magnification. If your coin looks shiny and uncirculated with no scratches or discoloration, that's a good sign. If you think you have this rare 1971 penny, here's what you should do next. Take your coin to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will verify if it's a genuine double die obverse and grade its condition. Never clean your coin. Cleaning can reduce its value drastically. Consult with experts. Reach out to reputable coin dealers or auction houses that specialize in rare coins. You can auction your coin or sell it directly to collectors, but make sure you get multiple opinions to ensure you're getting a fair price. You might wonder, why pay over $1 million for a penny? Well, coin collecting is more than just hobby. It's history, art, and a form of investment. Rare errors like the 1971 no mint mark double die penny are limited in number, making them highly desirable. Plus, the story behind these coins makes them priceless to collectors. They're snapshots of a time, frozen in metal, with quirks that make each one unique. Final tips and encouragement. So, if you've got old coins tucked away in jars or drawers, don't overlook them. That ordinary penny might just be worth a fortune. Grab a magnifier, take a closer look, and who knows, you could be sitting on $1 million treasure. We're diving into a fascinating story about one very special coin, the 1973 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny that could be worth over $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny worth more than a luxury car. If you've got old coins lying around, this video could change your life. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's explore what makes this penny so extraordinary and how you can spot coins that might be worth a fortune. First off, let's talk about the 1973 D Lincoln penny. Normally, a penny is just a penny, it's everyday change. But this particular coin is extremely rare because of a unique minting error and its story behind it. The coin was minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark.in 1973. The US Mint produced billions of pennies, but this one has a rare mint mark error. What makes it stand out is the D mint mark doubling or a slight misprint, which collectors call a double die error. Only a handful of these error coins are known to exist. Well, coins with mint errors are highly sought after by collectors, because they are one-of-a-kind mistakes that slipped through quality control. For serious collectors, finding such a coin is like finding a needle in a haystack. And this penny isn't just rare, it's valuable. Some examples of the 1973 D Lincoln penny with this rare mint error have sold for up to $1.4 million at auction. That's right, one little penny, which normally might be worth just 1 cent, has turned into $1 million treasure. But how is this possible? Let's break it down. Only a few of these error pennies were ever made. The better the condition, the higher the price. Coins graded as mint state can fetch the highest bids. Coin collectors and investors know the value and compete fiercely for these rare finds. It's a piece of American history from the early 1970s. If you think you might have one of these pennies, or any other old coins, the first step is to have it professionally graded and authenticated by a trusted company like PCGS or NGC. Grading assesses the coin's condition, and authentication confirms it's genuine. Without these, you won't get the best price. Here's a quick tip on how to check your coins for potential value before sending them off for grading. Look closely at the mint mark. Is it clear? Is there any doubling or odd appearance? Check the date. Older coins generally have more value, especially pre-1980 pennies. Examine the condition. Are there scratches, discoloration, or wear? The less wear, the better. Compare your coin to pictures of known valuable errors online. Remember, coins like the 1973 D Lincoln penny with the rare mint mark error are just one example. There are many other pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters with errors or special characteristics that can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. If you're thinking about selling your coins, here's what I recommend. Get them authenticated and graded by a reputable service. Research recent auction results to understand their current market value. Consider selling through reputable coin dealers or auctions. Don't just sell to the first buyer. If you have a very rare coin like this penny, consult with experts who specialize in rare U.S. coins. And if you want, I can help you navigate this process right here on this channel. Just leave a comment with your coin's details, and I'll guide you. So, next time you find an old penny in your collection or even in your pocket, take a closer look. That humble coin might just be worth millions. We're talking about one very special penny, the 1989 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent. And believe it or not, this penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. If you're aged between 30 and 70, and you have some old coins stashed away, this video might just change your life. So, stick around because we're about to reveal everything you need to know about this incredible coin and how you can spot one in your collection. First, let's get familiar with the coin itself. The 1989 Lincoln penny features Abraham Lincoln's famous profile on the front, just like many pennies minted in the U.S. since 1909. But here's the catch: in 1989, pennies were struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. And each mint usually stamps a small letter, called a mint mark, on the coin to show where it was made. Philadelphia coins often have no mint mark, Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco coins have an S. But in the case of this rare 1989 penny, the version without a mint mark, the Philadelphia one, is incredibly rare and highly sought after. Because the vast majority of 1989 pennies had the mint mark, and only a tiny fraction were accidentally struck without one. This minting error made the coin extremely rare. Rarity plus the Lincoln cent's historic popularity equals a collector's dream. Now, you might be wondering, how did this happen? How does a coin get minted without a mint mark when it was supposed to have one? Well, minting errors happen during the coin production process. Sometimes the mint mark die is missing or not properly aligned during the striking. In 1989, these no mint mark pennies slipped through quality control and ended up in circulation. That's why finding one today is like discovering a needle in a haystack. Here's what you want to look for: a 1989 penny that looks normal but doesn't have a D or S mint mark on the right side of Abraham Lincoln's portrait, just below the date. If you find one, hold on to it tight because it could be worth a fortune. But how do you know if your penny is genuine and not just a regular Philadelphia penny without a mint mark? First, check the date carefully. It has to be 1989. Then, look closely for that missing mint mark. No D, no S. Also, these error pennies often have sharper details because they were struck with different dies. Now, you might be thinking, okay, it's rare, but how much is it really worth? Well, that's the exciting part. The 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln cent has been sold at auctions for up to $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million for a tiny penny. This incredible value comes from a combination of rarity, condition, and the ongoing demand from serious collectors. So, if you think you might have one of these pennies, here's what you should do. Don't spend it. Keep it safe in a protective case. Get it authenticated. Take it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity. Avoid quick sales to random buyers. Use trusted auction houses or well-known coin dealers who specialize in rare coins. Get multiple appraisals. Knowing the true value means shopping around. Consider professional advice. A coin expert can help you navigate the best way to sell your penny for top dollar. To put it into perspective, the Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Over the decades, billions have been minted, making most pennies common and inexpensive. But every so often, rare mint errors like the 1989 no-mint mark come along and turn heads worldwide. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you have old pennies or other coins sitting in drawers or jars at home? Have you ever found an error coin that surprised you? Drop a comment below and share your story. And if you want me to help identify any coins you might have, send pictures. I'd love to check them out. To wrap up, remember, if you find a 1989 penny with no mint mark, you could be holding something worth millions. So, take a closer look at your collection. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting. We're diving deep into the fascinating story and value of the rare 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's making waves among collectors and investors alike. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who found a stash of old pennies, this information is for you. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1991 Lincoln penny is an iconic piece of American history, bearing the image of President Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of freedom and unity since 1909. But here's the catch. Not all 1991 pennies are created equal. The key to unlocking this penny's staggering value lies in one unique feature: the absence of the mint mark. Most 1991 pennies you come across will have a small D or S mint mark beneath the year, indicating they were minted in Denver or San Francisco. But the rarest variant, the 1991 no mint mark penny, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and released without that mark. What makes this penny so special is its rarity and unique production story. Only a very small number were made without the mint mark, making them highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Philadelphia pennies almost always carry no mint mark, but during the early 1990s, the Philadelphia Mint began using a P mint mark on coins. However, in 1991, the mint briefly stopped using any mint mark on certain pennies, creating this rare no-mint mark variety. Collectors treasure these coins because they're a glimpse into a very specific and short-lived minting period. Now, here's the jaw-dropping part. Due to its extreme rarity and demand, some of these 1991 no-mint mark pennies have sold at auction for upwards of $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny worth more than $1 million. This is a once-in-a-lifetime find for anyone lucky enough to own one in pristine condition. But before you rush to check your coin jar, here are some tips to help you identify whether your penny might be one of these rare gems. Look at the date. It must be 1991. Check for the mint mark, no D, no S, and importantly, no P. Examine the coin's condition. The more pristine, the higher the value. Consult a professional coin grader or dealer to authenticate it. Authentication is crucial because, with such high value, counterfeit coins do exist. Reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can verify your coin's authenticity and condition, significantly boosting its market value. If you have a genuine 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Sellers have turned to prestigious auction houses and private collectors to secure these incredible deals. But remember, the market for rare coins can fluctuate, so timing your sale and choosing the right buyer can make a huge difference. The 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is one of the most valuable modern coins, with the potential to fetch over $1 million. A staggering return for such a small piece of history. If you suspect you have one, don't let it sit forgotten. Get it authenticated. Learn its true worth, and consider selling through trusted channels. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's rumored to be worth up to $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million. So, if you or someone you know has one, stick around because this could change your life. First off, let's clarify what we're talking about. The 1994 Lincoln penny is part of the classic Lincoln cent series that's been in circulation since 1909. Most 1994 pennies were minted with a mint mark, either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. However, some pennies came out without any mint mark at all. Because coins without mint marks from this era are exceptionally rare and, if genuine, highly sought after by collectors. A quick refresher. A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that tells you where it was produced. Philadelphia coins usually have no mint mark, Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco coins have an. In 1994, most pennies from Philadelphia came without a mint mark as usual, but the story gets interesting when you find a no mint mark penny that looks different from the standard Philadelphia coins, especially if it has certain errors or characteristics. Collectors have discovered a few special 1994 Lincoln cents with no mint mark that feature unusual errors or were struck in very limited quantities, making them potentially worth thousands, and in some extremely rare cases, even more. But how does a penny go from a few cents to millions in value? Let's break it down. The value of any coin depends on three key factors: rarity, condition, and demand. How many of these coins actually exist? A 1994 no mint mark penny with a rare error or unique characteristics is incredibly scarce. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to perfect mint state. The better the condition, the higher the value. How much do collectors want this coin? With Lincoln pennies, especially rare variants, demand can skyrocket. Now, the $1.5 million figure might sound unbelievable, but this estimate comes from expert appraisals and auction results of ultra-rare Lincoln pennies, especially those with unique errors or minting anomalies that make them stand out worldwide. For example, the famous 1943 copper penny, another Lincoln cent, has fetched over $1 million due to its extreme rarity and collector interest. The 1994 no mint mark penny with a certain rare error could follow in those footsteps. So, how do you check if your 1994 penny is one of these ultra-valuable coins? Here's what you do. Look closely for a mint mark. If it's missing, that's your first clue. Inspect the coin for any unusual marks, doubling of the image, or other minting errors. Check the coin's condition. Is it worn down or shiny and crisp? Compare it to verified images of known rare 1994 no mint mark pennies. If you suspect your coin might be valuable, don't try to clean it or alter it. This can reduce its value. Your next step should be to get your coin professionally graded and authenticated by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. These companies have experts who can tell you exactly what you have and certify its value, a critical step before you try to sell. Once authenticated, your coin could be sold through specialized auctions or directly to high-end collectors. With the right buyer, that 1994 no mint mark Lincoln cent could fetch hundreds of thousands or, in very rare cases, even close to the $1.5 million mark. Remember, while these astronomical prices get the headlines, many valuable coins sell for less, so it's important to have realistic expectations and expert advice. To wrap up, if you have a 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, especially if it looks unusual or pristine, it's definitely worth checking out. This simple coin might just be one of the rarest treasures in your collection. If you want to learn more about coin collecting, grading, or selling, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you found a rare coin yourself, share your story in the comments. We love hearing from you. Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters. What if I told you that a seemingly ordinary 1995 D Lincoln penny could be worth a staggering $1.5 million? Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million for a penny. Today, we're diving deep into this rare coin, uncovering its story, what makes it so valuable, and how you could be holding a fortune in your hands. So, if you or someone you know has old coins lying around, this video is a must-watch. Let's start with a quick refresher. The Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909. Most pennies are worth exactly 1 cent. Nothing more, nothing less. But every now and then, a rare error or unique feature can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream, worth thousands, even millions of dollars. The 1995 D penny is one such coin. Minted in Denver, that's what the D stands for. Most 1995 pennies are common and worth face value, but a few are extremely rare due to minting errors and variations that make them incredibly valuable. So what exactly makes the 1995 D Lincoln penny so special? Well, there are a few key points to understand. Mint mark error. Some 1995 D pennies show what experts call a double die or double mint mark error. This means the D mint mark appears doubled, a mistake caused during the coin striking process. These errors are very rare, and collectors pay top dollar for them. Condition matters. Not just any 1995 D penny will fetch millions. The coin must be in near-perfect condition, what experts call mint state or uncirculated. If your penny looks brand new, shiny, and free from scratches or wear, it might be worth checking out. Millions of dollars can't be just thrown around, right? Coins like these need to be authenticated by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Authentication guarantees the coin's rarity and condition, which is critical for the value. Now, how can you tell if your 1995 D penny is one of these rare gems? Here's what to look for. Look closely at the mint mark. Is the D doubled or blurry? You might need a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to see this clearly. Examine the coin's overall condition. Is it shiny? Does it have any scratches or discoloration? Check for any other minting errors. Double dies on Lincoln's face or the date can also add value. If your penny ticks these boxes, you might just be sitting on a hidden treasure. Here's where it gets exciting. There have been documented sales of 1995 D pennies with mint mark errors fetching prices in the six-figure range, and in the rarest cases, millions. Just imagine a retired teacher or a grandmother who cleaned out her old coin jar and suddenly discovered a $1.5 million penny. Of course, not every penny will sell for this much, but with the right error and condition, your penny could be worth far more than its face value. Don't clean it. Cleaning can drastically reduce a coin's value. Get it authenticated. Send it to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Contact a trusted coin dealer or auction house. Don't rush into selling. Get multiple opinions to maximize your return. Also, keep in mind that patience can pay off. Sometimes waiting for the right buyer or auction can increase the penny's final value. So, before you toss that old penny jar, take a closer look. You might just be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more coin value tips, and share your rare coin stories in the comments below. Who knows? Your next video could be about your very own million-dollar penny. I'm diving deep into a fascinating coin that's been making waves in the numismatic world. The 2015 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. A rare find that could be worth up to $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. Over $1 million for a single penny. If you're aged between 30 and 70, and you've been holding on to old coins, especially pennies, this video might just change your life. So, grab your collection, and let's see if you have a hidden treasure in your pocket. Let's start with the basics. The 2015 Lincoln penny is a common coin minted by the United States Mint to honor Abraham Lincoln's 206th birthday. Typically, these pennies carry a mint mark, either P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, indicating where they were made. But what if I told you there's a rare version of this penny with no mint mark at all? That's right. A 2015 Lincoln penny without the usual letter that usually indicates its minting location. This mint markless penny is an extremely rare error and has been valued by experts at around $1.6 million. Now, why is this penny so valuable? To understand that, you need to know a little about mint marks and errors. Mint marks are tiny letters stamped on coins to show their origin. For example, a D means the penny was made in Denver. When a coin is struck without its mint mark, it's usually because of a mistake during production. Collectors call these mint errors, and depending on the rarity, some errors become incredibly valuable. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is unique because the Philadelphia Mint, normally responsible for pennies with no mint mark, produced pennies with a P mint mark starting in 2017. Before that, All Philadelphia pennies from 2015 should have had no mint mark, so a missing mint mark on a 2015 penny is highly unusual. Moreover, coins without mint marks from this year are often a result of production errors or test strikes. Only a very small number of these error pennies exist, making them a rare and highly sought-after collector's item. So how do you spot a 2015 no mint mark penny? It's actually easier than you think. First, examine the area near the date on the front of the penny. The mint mark is usually right beside the year. A genuine 2015 penny from Philadelphia should have no mint mark, but coins from Denver and San Francisco have a D or S mint mark respectively. What makes the no mint mark penny valuable is that it looks exactly like a normal penny but is an extremely rare error or test coin not officially released. To be sure, you'll want to get your coin inspected by a professional coin grading service. They use magnification and other tests to verify authenticity and rarity. You might wonder, why $1.6 million? Coin value depends on rarity, condition, and demand. This penny ticks all three boxes. Only a handful of these no mint mark pennies have ever been found. With so few in existence, collectors are competing fiercely to own one. Condition matters too. The better the condition, the higher the value. A penny in mint state or uncirculated condition can fetch a much higher price. And finally, the demand among collectors and investors who recognize this penny's rarity drives the price up to these astronomical figures. So, if you think you might have this rare 2015 no mint mark penny, what's the next step? First, don't clean or polish your coin. That can decrease its value. Instead, handle it carefully, preferably with gloves. Next, get it professionally evaluated and graded by a trusted coin grading company such as PCGS or NGC. A professional grade certificate will authenticate your coin and significantly increase its value. Finally, if your coin is genuine, you can sell it through reputable auction houses or specialized coin dealers. Millions are at stake, so be sure to work with experts. The world of rare coins is full of surprises. That humble penny you've had for years might just be the key to unlocking a fortune. Remember, the 2015 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a rare error that could be worth over $1.6 million if it's in the right condition. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more insider coin tips and treasure hunting secrets. And don't forget to check your coin jars. Your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. We're diving into a truly fascinating story. The 2017 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny that's worth a staggering $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million for a penny. Now, you might be thinking, a penny? Really? How could a modern penny be worth that much? Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular coin is a once-in-a-lifetime find, and how you might just have one hidden in your own collection. First, let's get a quick history refresher. The Abraham Lincoln penny, or 1-cent coin, has been around since 1909, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. It's one of the most common coins you'll find in circulation, with billions minted every year. Show historical photos of Lincoln pennies from different years. But despite being so common, certain Lincoln pennies, especially those with specific mint marks or errors, can be incredibly valuable to collectors. Let's break it down. The D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the 4 official mints in the U.S. normally. These pennies are worth just 1 cent. But in the case of the 2017 D penny, an incredibly rare minting error occurred. This particular penny has an error so rare that only a handful exist in the entire world. Experts call it a double die mint mark, where the D appears twice, slightly offset, causing a strikingly unique look. Now, why does this error spike the value to over $1.5 million? It comes down to rarity and demand. When a coin error is extremely scarce, and the story behind it is verified by experts, collectors will pay top dollar for the chance to own something no one else can have. The 2017 D penny with the double die mint mark fits this criteria perfectly. Because so few exist, and the story is so compelling, one sold at auction recently for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Now, How can you tell if you have this valuable penny in your collection? Here are some simple tips. Check the small D on the front near Lincoln's shoulder. Is it doubled or blurry? It should be 2017. High-grade coins with little wear are worth more. Errors can be tiny and easy to miss with the naked eye. If you think you might have one of these pennies, don't just toss it back into your drawer. Here's what you need to do. Get it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Consult with a trusted coin dealer who specializes in rare coins. Avoid selling to the first buyer who offers you money. Get multiple appraisals. Consider auction houses that specialize in rare collectibles to get the best price. While the 2017 D is currently the headline grabber, there are other Lincoln pennies worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands. So, keep an eye out for rare mint marks, errors, and unusual metals. Before you rush to sell your old coins, here are some final tips for you sellers aged 30 to 70 who want to maximize your returns. Store coins properly in acid-free holders. Keep them away from moisture and extreme temperatures. Document any provenance or family history that can add value. Stay patient. The right buyer can pay a premium. Closing. So, that's the incredible story behind the 2017 D Lincoln penny worth $1.6 million. If you have coins at home that you haven't looked at in a while, it might be time to take a closer look. You could be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more coin treasure tips, and share your own coin stories in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe your penny could be the next $1 million find.